Greetings and salutations, audience. It's Mexican Mike here for another episode of Ace in the Window. Today we're at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino, home of the 50th anniversary World Series of Poker. Hello, Ace in the Window. How are you guys doing today? Mexican Mike here, and today I'm joined by a very special co-host. Some of you may recognize, hopefully all of you recognize him, Andrew Neeme.
Single game Andrew Neeme.
Single game Andrew Neeme. If you're
Mexican Mike.
Yeah, single game Andrew Neeme.
One trick pony
Absolutely.
Andrew.
It's really cool that I was able to meet up with you here in Vegas before I, was done for the summer and all that kind of stuff.
Always bittersweet when you bust out of a tournament unless you somehow figure out a way to win one of these things or maybe finish in the top 3 at least. Out of there in 6th place for $11,800. Can't complain too much. It's my newest high score on my Hendon mob, and we get a nice uptick on my overall score on there. Can't really complain. Had an awesome virtual rail on Instagram. So many messages. I haven't even gotten to all of them yet. I just see them all in there. And I was looking through them as we were going. But thanks to everyone for the support. We did our best. First final table on the vlog, and a nice little 5-figure score. So some more bullets to fire the rest of the series. Monster Stack is this weekend. Let's do it. Let's get in there. Maybe we can better this one immediately. Tournaments, man. These things are hard.
So yeah, WSOP for me, mostly uneventful. I did put up the one video about the tournament at the Wynn. That was for sure the highlight. If you haven't seen that one, go ahead, go back in the most recent archives 2 videos ago. Spoiler alert, we cashed for about $12,000 minus the $1,100 entry fee. That was definitely the highlight of the WSOP for me. As you guys know, I'm more of a cash game player, and I guess I was, to put it lightly, I guess a little bit disappointed with the way the cash games presented themselves to me. And I don't want to come off as too, what's the word? I don't want to come off as too entitled. I definitely think that's a good word to use in this instance. Nothing is going to be given to you anywhere, and especially not so in poker. So it was an interesting year for the WSOP because they made some changes to the tournaments schedule and also the structures of those tournaments. So they added some cheaper tournaments to the schedule, and they also added a bunch of chips. They made those tournaments very attractive to a lot of people, and they definitely got the results that I assume they were hoping for, probably even surpassed them. Hundreds and thousands of people ended up playing those tournaments. It had to be a smashing success for the WSOP, I would imagine. I think it definitely had some sort of an impact on the cash games. I think those tournaments were so attractive to such a wide group of people that the cash games, I think, has probably suffered to some degree.
So yeah, my 2 biggest scores on my Hendon mob are both at the Wynn. Mm-hmm. This one barely nudged out the last one. This one was for 11.8K in an 1100 event. And that was the biggest score of my summer.
That's good.
So
That's
can't
good.
complain with that.
Yeah.
Can't complain about that.
And a great poker room, too. I mean, the
Everything.
Wynn is just such a nice place to play.
Everything about the Wynn is pretty much on point. They did away with their parking fees.
Yes.
So they're...
And my big giant van fits in their parking garage.
Sweet.
My big giant van does not fit in most of the garages along the strip.
Why even get
Pay
a hotel
or
room?
not pay.
Why even get a room? Why not just park for free, stay for free?
Tempting, but the heat gets me. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So you don't want to leave it running with AC, like all day.
The Wynn poker tournament area is the only one where there's like natural light coming in that I'm aware of. The only one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because it's right by the surrender pool party place, and there's natural light coming in there during the daytime. So yeah, everything the Wynn does, their staff is as on point as it gets, and
so
maybe it's just all the good vibes just leads me into
it's helpful
playing
to have
well.
a little extra sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
It always gives you a little boost, especially since most casinos they forbid the sunlight from existing because they don't want you to know what time of day it is.
Yep. Steve Wynn in certainly some major faults in his life, but as far as a designer goes, that was a strong point.
Design.
Yeah.
Amazing design. So with that kind of score under your belt in the tournaments, are you thinking of changing your focus? Are you going to be the next Jeff Boski? Are you going to be the next tournament vlogger?
Can anybody be the next Jeff Boski? There's only one, I'm pretty sure. There will only ever be one. But It's actually like an interesting question, because this year at the WSOP, I felt like the no limit hold'em cash games I think they fell off quite a bit compared to previous years. And you can ponder why that might be, or whether it's actually the case, maybe it's just my sample size. Some other people are doing well. But I think that with so many tournaments going on and how they've changed the structures and put all these smaller buy-in tournaments at the WSOP, they're all bracelet events now. Why would recreational players feel the need to play cash games when there's all these like fun and exciting tournaments going and they get so much play out of them? And maybe that has some sort of an effect on the cash games. I think it's a reasonable theory, just based on what I saw this year.
I would say that is certainly the chatter around the back rooms with the dealers. Is they're postulating that the lower buy-in tournaments are driving people away from the cash games because they'd rather play those tournaments.
And I mean, the tournaments that you see how much what kind of a turnout they've gotten in these tournaments, just huge, crazy lines which need to be sort of resolved and thought about the logistics and all that stuff. But as far as the players and what they seem to be spending their money on, tournaments are skyrocketing. I don't see a lot of the people making their way into the cash game. So as for going forward here in Las Vegas, I could see myself playing less cash games here in town. I definitely love traveling and playing games elsewhere. I enjoy it a lot more than just kind of hanging out here and doing the same old grind that I've been doing for the last 10 years. Part of that is definitely just personal thing, since as I said, I've been here for the past 10 years, and it kind of gets old. But still love traveling, still love playing No Limit elsewhere. What I'm going to do here, tough to say. We'll still be doing meetup games and things like that. Team Run It Up, which I'm still part of. They just launched a new project where they're doing a live stream home game, literally out of a house. They had built a really beautiful set, and they're going to be running some games, I think, 2 times per week.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I'll definitely be partaking in that.
All right.
And we'll see. We'll see what happens as far as my poker play goes here.
Cool. Well, certainly keep an eye on your channel. I'm sure you'll be letting your viewers know how things are going. So. Yeah.
As far as tournaments, I mean, I could definitely see myself hopping in some more of them. Cool. The Win has a series a few times a year, and as I've just said, great place to play over there at the Win. My best results are over there. So. And
the Venetian Deep Stack, I believe, has a quarterly tournament. So every 3 months they've got another series of tournaments. It usually goes like 6 weeks. So it's running a lot. So that's pretty good too. And then circuit events. I think 3 circuit events hit Vegas outside of the normal World Series of Poker. It might be 4.
Yeah.
So those are ones to keep an eye out on also.
Yeah. There's plenty of tournaments.
What's going to happen here in Vegas? It's a good question. I don't really see myself just grinding away at the 2-5 and 5-10 games here. Combination of just kind of a little bit of burnout doing that, a little bit of the macro factors weighing on me too. I'm not going to be one to just sit around and complain and do nothing and stomp my feet. I'm going to adjust, and I'm going to try and switch some things up, do some things differently. Probably spend some more time in California. There's going to be more cash games on this vlog for sure. Boosie and I, we started a second channel that we have been enjoying so far. We got 3 different spots, 3 or 4 different spots around Vegas that we've featured on that channel. Some of our favorite spots to go to around Vegas, and trying some new spots as well. So working on that, working on Tell's podcast. Just definitely not going to sit around and wallow, even though sometimes the thing to do, the easy thing to do, can't do that. Going to have to keep getting out there, keep grinding one way or another, keep creating, and we'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe I'll become a professional tournament player if everyone's playing the tournaments. I'm going to have to play the tournaments too, and the structures are getting better and better. They're getting more and more tournaments all over the place. WPT, HPT, MSPT, WSOP, who knows what PT. The Mugs project is awesome. We're going to keep going on that. We're going to keep adding features to these beat-up games. We want to do some things. We got some things in mind to to put into effect, hopefully. And also, there's a new fun project from Jason Somerville's Run It Up that I am a part of. He's doing a home game. They got an RFID table. They're streaming the whole thing, and it's pretty dope. I played on the first one. I lost thousands of dollars, so I'm going to have to get back in there and get more revenge.
Well, that's it for this show, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and tell us what you thought down below in the comments. Bye now.